So good morning again, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. I know it's been a very long 4 weeks, but we are at the end of our sessions and trying not to cry. It's been such a great thing having you all here as we conclude our virtual summit on financial literacy for you, young people. I want to thank you all for your participation over the last couple of weeks and for showing your interest early. And I want to say if there are any parents around or on the call, you're free to join at this point in time. Today is we're going to do some talking about what we talked about for the last 4 weeks or 3 weeks, and then we're going to go into an open discussion where we start to talk about how we go forward and what you as members want to see from us. So again, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your participation over the last couple of weeks. And as we start to end off our Generation S Creating Smart Sustainable Savers Summit, I want to again thank you all. Right. So now let's just start with the presentation for today. Let me just share my screen. Nice. So for the last 3 weeks, we've been talking with you and laying the foundation for you understanding what financial literacy is. As young people, it might be a very difficult concept and a very difficult thing to think about. But we know that those habits are hard to change and we don't expect it to happen overnight. But that's why we've done these talks and why we've done this program and why we are doing our best to give you the tools so that you always have something to refer back to. And this wouldn't be the last program like this that we have. We will continue to have more like these and in other aspects as well, so that you truly start to get a deeper understanding of how you and your credit union can work to help build your financial health, especially for a better, brighter tomorrow. So you've heard from us for the past 3 weeks, and today is all about you. This session is really a discussion. We do have some things we want to leave you with some parting knowledge. So we're going to talk about giving you an understanding of your financial reality by defining terms such as income and expenses. And that would pave the way for you understanding your financial future. And we will entertain some open questions. We are really interested in knowing if you've enjoyed these sessions, but more importantly, we want to know what your needs are, especially again, if there are any parents on the call or around. We want to know what your needs are and what your goals are so that we know what we can do to help you achieve those goals and become financially responsible. And like every other session, I want to encourage everyone to be as participative as possible, to continue interacting and engaging with us via the chat feature, using the raise hand or any of the reactions feature. We want you to be as engaging as possible, right? So with that being said, again, as we do with every session, just break up the monotony, to break up, the boringness of it all. We do have some little icebreakers, some activities. So I have these photos here called Spot the Difference. I'm giving you a couple of minutes. There are 10 differences between the images. If you can identify at least 5, you can use the raise hand or you could unmute your mic and go ahead and say it. Have 10 differences. You can find at least 5. Amisha, right out the gate, she's been up on the ball every
Yes, sir.
Yes,
one difference already. She was one mango missing from the right.
Good, great.
Right, then I see in the juice, one orange and one look like it red. Then the popsicle is one yellow, one brown, right?
Right.
Then the watermelon is one green and one yellow.
You see how things go. All right,
and then
Diamond has a hand raised.
Yeah.
One curtain is polka dots and the other is not, and the sun, one has lines and the other doesn't.
Oh, okay, good. I saw somebody had their hand. I think it was Deshawn. Yes, Deshawn.
They have one mountain and the next potato don't.
You pick up things, boy. Okay, good. Anybody else? Anybody seen anything different? Yes, Diamond.
You'll have a color on one and the next one doesn't.
Oh, plenty things, boy. All right, good. So we have another picture. See how many differences we can spot. We have 10. Find at least 5. Yes, Amisha.
So one of the tablets, right? One in the corner by a rock, and the next one close by the boy here.
Right.
And then one at the first picture have a sun, the next one don't.
Ah, good. Deshaun?
So one picture have ABC and the next one have CAB.
Diamond?
One tree has plenty, it looks like cherries and one doesn't. The board has ABC and the next board has CAB. Yeah.
Anybody else can see one more difference? It have one big difference. I don't think anybody's seen. Yes, Deshaun.
So the teacher have 2 pockets on she skirt and the next picture she don't.
Very, very good. That's the one I wanted everybody to get. Good. Diamond, you had your hand raised here?
Yes. One of the pictures, the rat has a tail and the next one, the rat doesn't.
Oh, you see, all they keep showing how smart you all are. Nice, nice. Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, sir. And the cat missing a tail in the next picture.
Deshaun, you still want to say something? I see your hand still raised.
Also,
All right, good, cool. Right, so the last one, we have 3. So this is the third one. Again, 10 differences. Find 5. Diamond, go ahead.
The lady has a glasses and the next one it doesn't. The
Right.
boy has stripes on one and the next one doesn't.
Deshaun?
Frog
so one of the frog jumping on one side and the next frog jumping on another side.
Good, good. Any other?
Yes, sir. In the bag, the boy have more in one than the next.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. I see in 2 differences that nobody picked up yet. 3 actually. Go ahead, go ahead. Deshaun?
So it have a brown door on one of the buildings and then the next one it have a blue one.
Right, that's the first thing stand out to me. Christian?
Sir, the lady have on a chain and the next lady does not have on any.
Ah, good, 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 good. Yes, Diamond?
The lady here on one picture is gray and the next one it isn't.
Nice, good, good, good.
So,
Deshaun, Christian, you all have more?
so the boy have stripes on the jersey and the next one don't.
Ah, good, 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 good. One more difference. I see it. One more difference that nobody pick up on. Anybody can see it?
Sir, the window says the door says 2 different colors.
Right, right. Deshaun would have said that before, but to have one more that I don't think anybody's here. Diamond, go ahead.
So on one picture, the building is missing one a window.
Very, very good. That's what I wanted everybody to see. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. You all are showing continually how smart you all are. And again, that bodes well. That is a good thing for you understanding your financial reality and your financial futures. Deshaun, your hand still raised? I just didn't take it on. That's all right. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So we've been talking these last couple of weeks about what it means to save and some of the terms and concepts and all of those things. We want to talk a little bit today about why it's important to save. You are never too young to understand what it means to be financially responsible. You might be thinking that good money management habits, they don't have to be considered right now because your parents take care of all your needs. You want a snack, you need clothes for school, you need clothes period, you need books for school, etc. Your parents will be able to buy all those things for you. And as parents, they have a duty to give you those needs, to provide for those needs for you. But we want you to start thinking about focusing on these needs from an early age, so that you can have a great financial start in the future. And consistent saving, it really adds up over time. and you would be able to help go forward in achieving those goals. And it's very important for you to understand your financial reality so that you make better financial decisions, better, more responsible decisions in your adulthood. Because identifying and prioritizing financial goals, it allows you to create a plan. It creates a step-by-step guide of how you use your money. And as we said, those goals should be realistic, specific. They should have a time frame, and they should have an action in mind, that end goal. So we want to talk about a bit of where your money comes from and where your money goes. And those terms are called income and expenses. Income, when you think about it, the word in means that you're getting something, right? So income refers to money that you get from different sources. And they have two general classes. They have active income, which is things like salaries or things like proceeds from a business, or they can be passive. So if you invest money in some other form of business, or if you invest in, let's say, unit trust, or even in Antilles, once you save on your shares, you're able to get dividends, and that saving on your shares is an investment. And that dividend is a form of income that you get because it's placed back to your account. Well, I want to hear some things from you. When you think about where you will get money from in the future, where do you think some of those sources of income might come from? Yes, Diamond? That's an obvious one, right?
And charity.
Sorry?
I said on charity.
Charity. So income is money that you get, right? So think of how you would get money. But you're ahead of the game there. We're talking about that part next. So some of the sources of income in the future might be when you have a job. When you are employed, you are able to get a salary or a wage or a stipend. That means you have money coming in, right? You would have worked to get the money that you have. And we want you to start thinking about your feelings about being financially dependent and financially independent. As children, as young people, you are financially dependent upon your parents. But when you do start to work for yourself, or when you start working for somebody else, you have an opportunity to become financially independent from your parents, meaning that you can now support yourself to the best of your ability, and you no longer have to depend, you no longer have to get anything, for want of a better term, from your parents. So that's where your money comes from. So when you think about where your money goes, that's what we call expenses. So the same way income, you saw the word I and which is in, meaning that you get money in. Expenses, when you look at the letters EX, that means going out. So expenses refers to money that you need to pay for goods and services that you buy or use. And just like income, they can be classed in two categories. They can be essential expenses, such as things like groceries or utilities, or they can be discretionary, meaning that there is a specific purpose for it. So things like going to the movies or going on vacation. Let me see if anybody could think of some of the expenses that you might have, aside from what's on the slide here. We identified groceries, bills, going to the movies, and vacation. Yes, Amisha.
So one expense you could have is like finish paying off a car loan.
Ah, very, very good. Very good. Yes, that's an expense because at the end of the day, you have to spend money to fulfill that debt, right? And that debt is just, that means anything that you owe. Good, good, good. Anybody else? Amisha, your hand is raised again.
Yes, sir. I was going to talk about when you have to pay for VAT and you have to pay for land and things.
You know things, girl. Right, Diamond, go ahead.
School fees.
Right, yes, movies. So think about anything that you spend money on, whether it's buying a snack, buying a dress, buying a shoe, spending money for school, buying school clothes and school books, buying a laptop because we know we're on digital school right now, most of us at least. It's really and truly thinking about where your money goes. And a trick to understand where your money comes and where your money goes is to keep a record. of everything that you would spend during a 1 month period. And that's what we call, and I hope you remember from last week when we talked about budgeting, that's what we call a budget planner or a spending diary. When you keep that record of everything you spend in a period, you see the patterns in your spending. You decide what you want to spend on. You look at why it's important to spend on these things and how much you are saving at the end of the day. You think about what factors would influence you, to make this purchasing decision. So you think about why it's important to buy these things and what are some of the reasons that you want to buy these things, right? And that's basically the concepts for today. We just wanted to wrap up the talk about financial literacy there. Thinking about where your money comes and where your money goes. So we just want to recap before we get into the discussion. We want to recap what we've done for the last 3 weeks. So remember, in week 1, we talked about what a credit union is and the difference between a credit union and a bank. Anybody can remember what the difference is between the credit union and the bank? Amisha, out the gate, yes.
Yes, sir. The difference between a credit union is a credit union is non-for-profit member-owned financial institutions, and a bank is focused on profit making.
Very, very good. You're paying attention, and I like that. Right? So yes, a bank is a financial institution where customers can either save or borrow money, but that money is really, the returns from it is really distributed back to the shareholders. But with the credit union, you are considered a members. Once you deposit money into your credit union account, your savings will stay for life. And also, a concept behind that is that saving your money in a credit union, you're actually able to support other people in the community. Thinking of Diamond's point about charity. By saving with your credit union, you're able to support other people in the community with their goals and dreams and desires. Because remember, if you would throw yourselves back to the first session where we talked about that pool of funds, that's where it all comes in. And I want to know if anybody would have remembered how many credit unions are there in Trinidad and Tobago? Yes, Samisha?
127.
Nice. Diamond, that's why your hand was raised. You could tell me how many there are in the Caribbean?
317.
Oh, you're taking notes, boy. Good, good, good. Nice. So we also talked about the 7 cooperative principles in week 1, and we said that credit unions are guided by these principles, which are founded on the philosophy of cooperation, and it has central values of equality, equity, social responsibility, and caring for others. Anybody could remember one of the principles? I want one from everybody. Yes, Amisha.
So I remember voluntary membership.
Up, and that's the very first one. Okay, good. Go ahead. Next, anybody else? It's okay if you don't remember, it's fine. Yes, Amisha.
So I can tell you all.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, the next one is democratic member control. Then you have members economic participation. Then autonomy and independence, cooperation among cooperatives, education, training, and information and concern for the community.
You taking notes. You taking notes. You're looking for a gold star. You want the gold star. You want best performance student. Good, good. So yes, those are the 7 cooperative principles. And they all talk about, again, the values of equality, equity, social responsibility, and caring for others. It really takes cooperation into account. Good. So in week 2, we talked about your financial health. And we said that financial health and financial responsibility takes time, dedication, and discipline. And again, as adults, we know that sometimes we stress the importance of financial literacy because it's not something that we are taught in school, and we oftentimes don't get the type of information that we're looking for when we go online. But understanding financial management and financial literacy and understanding money is important to us in the YDP and Antilles Credit Union for us to help you gain an understanding of thrift. It's our main goal, and understanding your saving habits. Now, managing your money responsibly from a young age, it gives you freedom. It gives you the opportunity in your adulthood to pursue your extracurricular activities. So if you like running now, if you like swimming, you're able to use those things and transfer them into your adulthood. It allows you also to give back to your community and lead comfortable lives well into old age. And we gave you 5 tips to help you build a financial future. We said the first one is setting financial goals, because goals are oftentimes they are oftentimes more meaningful when you connect saving to the concept of goal setting, right? Whether it's short term, medium term, or long term. When you build those proper saving habits and you practice it consistently, that's going to build your discipline. And the discipline ensures that you meet your goals, right? And you could think about long-term things. So you think about saving for retirement, things like university, things like purchasing a home and going on vacation and purchasing your first car. And you prioritize your goals and work towards achieving them. We said you should create a budget as well. Anybody can remember what budgeting means? Yes, Anisha?
So budget is like you're creating an amount, you're saying an amount that you do not want to cross. You wouldn't want to actually cross.
Okay, good. So in essence, what it is, it's a plan of how you use your money, right? You identify how much you want to save and how much you're able to spend. And that is really a protection against the what ifs in life. It's a protection against the things that may happen that you may not have foreseen. Because again, life is very full of surprises. And sometimes they're the kind that can actually be not good for us. They can actually be financially bad for us. So we gave you a tip there to create a spreadsheet. So we talked about creating that spending diary or the budget planner where you track your expenses over a period. So you look at where your money is coming and where it's going every month, right? The third tip is to open a savings account. And as members, you already have the savings account with us. Once you continue saving on your account, you'll be able to get dividends on your account. Once you don't withdraw your funds, you'll be able to get dividends on your account, and you have access to funds in different ways as well. And we'll talk about them a bit shortly. So we also talked about making informed decisions when you do things like apply for loans, or when you do things like spend money on frivolous purchases or unnecessary purchases. That's what frivolous means. We talked about the concept of instant gratification, and that just means a feeling, a good feeling that you get after spending the money. And we also want you, in making those informed decisions, to understand that gratification, that satisfaction, that excitement you feel after you make your purchase or you apply for your loan or whatever. It can be good in the moment, but it's also about understanding how it would affect you in the long run. And the last tip for building a financial future is really to find a money mentor. And that's exactly where Antilles comes in. The youth development program, not that we are experts, but we have done our best to give you the tools to become financially responsible in your adulthood, and even in your childhood or teenagehood, your adolescence now. We want you to surround yourself with others who are making smart choices and who will encourage you to do the same. And again, we talked about life as a whole influencing every aspect of your life, right? We also talked about your money personalities, and we identified 5. Anybody could name them? Amisha, I see your hand raised straight up.
Yes, sir, I could remember 3. The monk, the compulsive saver, and compulsive spender.
Nice, good. Diamond, your hand was raised.
The saver splurger or the money maker.
Oh, and look, we have the 5 there. You see, all you taking notes on this, all you continue to show why the name of this is important. We want to create smart and sustainable savers. And we have given you the tools to become sustainable, but you all continue to show us just how smart you all are. Great. So yes, we have the compulsive savers, the compulsive spender, the money maker, the saver splitter, and the monk. And again, ideally, we all fall into a combination of all of those types and not just one. But when you identify one that closely matches your behavior, it helps you understand your saving habits and your spending habits as well, and how you use the two. In week 3, we talked about money management, which is all about how you manage your spending and your saving. You look at the things you spend money on and how much you spend on those things. And you also watch how your money goes as well and comes in. It's a very cyclical thing, meaning that it comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. It just goes like a circle. right? And we give you 3 rules or tips. Don't spend more than you have. We know that's something to buy everything you want, but it's all about consistent saving, not necessarily consistent spending. We talked about planning for the future, which means that you have a goal, you have a vision in mind, and you work towards getting to that goal. And I used the story last week of me wanting my education and not knowing how to achieve it when I was younger. And the third point is to prioritize your wants and your needs, which just means that you work on them in a specific order. You have that goal in mind, so you plan for the future and you figure out where it is that what it is you need to do and where it is you want to go and where you need to be in the future. So you do things like allocate monies for all of this, right? Anybody can tell me what a want and a need is? I know we talked about it. Yes, Amisha. Amisha, your hand raised?
Yes, sir. I want and I need. Okay, so I want. Oh, all right, sir. I remember. I want to achieve or choose a few of the important things, and the need is like when you need like clothes for charity, that's needs.
Okay, good. So she was on the right track there. So a want is something that you could live without, but a need is something that is necessary for your survival. So a need would be something like clothes and food and shelter and water. And a want is something that you could live without. So I know that we love going to the movies and we love watching movies, we love living with our friends, but those are things called wants, right? We want things like caramel popcorn and cheesies and cheese sticks and all of those snacks. And we want things like nice food. Um, and food could be nice in any capacity, whether it's homemade or not, right? And we also said that 2 things. The amount that you save is important, but it also isn't as important as get into the habit of saving, because once you get into the habit of saving, it becomes easier. Because saving takes 2 things. It takes commitment and it takes discipline. And we talked about it earlier. That consistency will give you commitment, and the commitment will give you discipline, right? We talked as well about some tips and tricks that you can do to save. And we said that one tip or trick is, again, mine here, a savings jar. It doesn't need to be anything flashy or expensive. It could be a tin of Ovaltine and that you don't have no longer have use for, or a peanut butter container. You just cut a hole to the top so that you could put some money inside it, and you fill it up, because it's the easy way for you to understand how how saving works and how depositing money and using things like a savings account works, because it can help you understand that importance and it gives you an easy way to do it. So the goal is to fill the cash pan with dollars and coins. My tip is that I save all of my dollar bills. So we know that, well, I don't know if you all know, but I'll tell you all now. So these dollar bills, they are to be returned to the banks. So I think at the end of this year, they will give you these new dollar bills, and these new dollar bills will be the ones that go forward. So at the end of the day, when I have these dollar bills left over, I will save them here in this jar and I deposit them into my savings at the end of the month. Right? And that's what a goal is. My goal is to fill up the jar and then take those savings and put it into the account. It may seem like a small amount, but you never know how much this builds up after some time. The important thing is to be patient when you think about saving, because it's a continuous work in process, a continuous work in progress, sorry, that requires personal motivation. And it's important to set those goals, because goals are important for making plans and taking actions. When you identify and prioritize them, it allows you to create a plan for saving and spending. So we also talked as well in the first week, as well as over the course of the weeks, about how Antilles can help you. We have three basic accounts to help you save, which is the shares, which we like to think of as the future fund. It's really about long-term saving with guaranteed returns called dividends. Once you save in with Antilles on your shares, you are guaranteed to get dividends at the end of the year. And it's used as collateral for your loan, so we don't advise withdrawals from the shares. We're really interested in long-term saving. We have the deposit account, which is not interest-bearing, so where you get dividends on your shares. The benefit to the deposit account is that you have access to your money in the event of an emergency. Those funds can be withdrawn at your convenience, provided that there are funds in the account. And we have the loans. So when you start to think about when you get older and you start to think about university, you look into how to fund that, and as well as when you become an adult and you want to buy things like cars and houses and anything really and truly, you look at this as an option as well in the event that you have not saved enough. Loans can be accessed up to the value of your shares, and they can be used for a number of purposes. And the interest rates vary. And again, if there are any parents around or parents on the call, we want you to start thinking about not just saving for your child, but in the event that you don't have enough saved for your child, how best you can use the credit union to meet your needs going forward. So when we think about loans, those loans, especially in the YDPs, those loans are to be used for the purpose of the child. So now that we've recapped everything, we are getting into the discussion now. You've heard from us for the last 3 weeks, and you've heard from me, but now it's time to hear from you. Today's session is really truly the discussion. And so for the next couple of minutes, I would like to invite you to ask as many questions as you would like to about the credit union, or if you even want to tell us about how you feel about your financial reality or your future. If you're scared, if you don't know, if you want to know how to do these things better, all of those things. What do you want to see from a credit union? How can we help you secure your financial future? So I would like to invite you all now to ask your questions. If you want to post it in the chat, you can, or you are free to raise your hand or unmute your mic and go ahead. So again, you're free to ask any questions with regards to Antilles at this time. I know we've had some questions over the last couple of weeks. If you want to ask those questions again to get more information, feel free to do so. That's not a problem. Anybody has any questions? Yes, Amisha?
So I just wanted to say about what I learned.
Okay, sure, no problem. Go ahead.
Well, sir, I learned that how saving is important because of how it always has emergencies in your life, and sometimes it doesn't have. I also learned that how it had I also learned it had some tips to save, and how you could prioritize your wants and needs. Yeah, and I learned that how I want is something that you desire, but you can't live without, and I need is something that is necessary for survival. I learned that how always set goals. And the last thing I learned about was income. The last thing I learned about was income and expenses.
Good. Thank you for saying that. It makes me feel good because we've spent a lot of time to not just give this information and to get this information, but to try to make it as easily understood for everybody on this call, people as young as 8 to as old as 16. And I'm really happy that you would have gotten some of the tools, you would have gotten some of the concepts, and you would have started to understand why it's important to do these things. So thank you for your contribution. I really, really appreciate it. Would anybody else like to say what they learned? Amisha, your hand is raised again.
Yes, sir. And I just wanted to say that how I learned the character traits regarding money that can be classified into personalities, because I classified myself as a money maker, and I know that how in the future when I open my business and I making my own money, I would know how to like no, I would know how to actually spend money, save money, but also to tell the persons what I've learned about saving and how it is important. Because always in life, you always need to save and put away.
Nice, good, good, good. So again, that's where the name of the session came back in here. We're not just talking about you and youth, but we're also talking about your financial health, your financial responsibility, your financial futures. We also talk about that aspect of sustainability, which means it has the ability to carry forward into the future. So great. I'm loving that you took those things. Thank you so much for your contribution, Amisha. Anybody else? Anybody want to say? So I can ask some questions if that's okay. If anybody sees any value to these sessions and to the credit union as a whole. Amisha, yes, you have this raised.
So, the Antilles Credit Union, the charge back, sir?
If we charge VAT?
Yes, because I know all is a non-profitable organization, but I just want to know if all is charge back.
So no, we don't charge any VAT. We don't sell goods and services. We provide the service, but we don't sell. We don't do any trade per se. So no, we don't do that. Anybody else? If you want to talk about so I want to know, actually, yes, let me ask you the question. Thinking of this program and thinking of the credit union as a whole, is there anything you would like to see from the credit union and the youth program? Would you like to see more sessions like these? Would you like to see different things, different services? And again, if there are any parents on the call or if there are any parents around, we want to encourage you to be as engaged as well, because we really are interested in getting as much information as possible from not just our young people, but from you as well. Amisha, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I would like to say that I want more sessions because I would love to learn more about how we just go on with like life, but how could I like manage? I know how to manage my money, but not as how I could manage it, like putting it in savings and doing like necessary things with it. But I would like to have more sessions.
Great. Thank you so much. I will note that one time. Anybody else? Christian, what about you? You've been quiet for the morning.
Excuse me, Auntie said Christian.
Yes, Christian.
Okay.
Is he on the call?
Yes, sir. He right here. You can talk to him through mine here.
Sure. It's all right. I just want everybody to be as engaged. Deshaun, what about you? Have you enjoyed the session so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Is there anything you want to see from the credit union? You want more sessions like these, or you want different types of sessions? Diamond, yes, go ahead. Let's see your hand is raised.
So I would also like more sessions, but I would also like to see more of the credit union, because you could spread the awareness of the credit unions, and also besides having members, we could also have non-members take part in these sessions as well.
Okay, all right, okay, I'll note that as well. Thank you very much for that contribution. Amisha, yes?
So Oliver will always be here as years go by.
Thank you for your question. As long as the members continue to use our services and continue to do what they need to do, we will be as here for as long as we can. So yes, we have no immediate plans to stop the services that we offer. We have no immediate plans to do anything. All of our business is really focused on helping people understand that they have access to money and to funds in different ways. So as long as the membership continues to advocate for us, as long as the membership continues to do what they need to do in terms of repaying their loans and accessing the services of the credit union, then we are here for as long as we can.
Okay, sir, because I just wanted to say that I would love to actually spread this news so new people could actually join the credit union and they could actually be like could come and attend these sessions when all they have it again, and then they could get loans if they have things to do, and yeah.
Yes, and that's what, especially in the youth program, that's what we are trying to do. We want you to become ambassadors for the credit union. We want you to become people who would refer, or we want you to tell your friends to come and join the credit union. We have different ways in which we can and help you meet your needs. We have different ways in which we can help you understand your finances and all of these things, and we really want you as young people to be as financially responsible as you can be, especially in your adulthood. So if you want to tell a friend to come and join, I would definitely love that. um that's all part of creating the ambassadors for the credit union. And I see some ambassadors on this call already, and trust me, we will be in contact with you further with regards to more sessions and etc. We have a good, we have a number of things planned that we are trying to get off the ground at the points in time. I don't want to say what they are, but I personally am very excited about the direction in which we are going. Thank you for that contribution. All right, so since I don't think anybody else has any questions, going once, going twice. 3 strikes out. Okay, great. So at this point, I just want some feedback. I know we talked about it briefly a couple minutes ago, but I just have some questions I would like to ask just for what we call quality assurance purposes. That just means that we just want to be sure that the information that we gave was good, it was applicable, and it's something that you can use. So anybody's free to answer. So did you receive some useful information from these sessions? Yes, Amisha?
Sir, I received some useful information because I learned things that I never knew.
Good, good, great. Do you think you were given ideas that you can use in your daily life?
Yes, sir, I think so because I never knew how it was to like budget and how was to make a time frame. What I know to set goals, but I didn't know how to ensure that I get those goals. And I learned that in order to get those goals, you have to have a positive mindset. And in order to save money, I always have to take determination and dedication.
Good, good, good. Christian, I see your hand raised.
I did not even know how much was the shares or how to save.
Okay, good, good, good. So I'm glad that we have the useful information. Diamond, your hand was raised, right?
Yes, sir. I have learned that there's multiple credit unions around the world, and there was so much in Trinidad. I have known what a budget is, but I have never really done it. So now I'm actually gonna take the chance and do a table and budgeting and see what it gets.
Good, good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so good. I'm happy to hear that. Amisha, your hand is raised again.
Yes, sir. And I also learned that how the credit union actually moved from which part they were and is actually not from the spot they were before.
Okay, okay, good, good. Thank you so much. Were the sessions too long or too short, or were they just right? Yes, Anisha.
So the sessions for me was too short because I want to learn more about the saving, more about my life, how I could carry on my life, what I could do. So I think the sessions was short.
Okay, okay, cool, no problem. Diamond?
Also, for me, it is actually very convenient and it was a good time frame because I have other extracurricular activities after this, and yeah.
Okay, cool, no problem. Thank you so much. Christian, your hand was raised.
So I find it was too short because I wanted to go a little longer, like 2 hours or 3 hours. So, but I still have plenty things just to do, like finish your homework and thing.
Okay, no problem. Deshaun, what about you? You found the sessions too long or too short, or did you think it was just right?
It was just right.
Okay, good, good, good. All right, great. So those are all the questions I have, and those are all the questions you have. Um, so to end off today's session, I really want to again thank you all for participating and for engaging with us over these last 3 weeks, and now, well, at the end of this year, 4 weeks. We want you to continue reaching out to us and to keep in connection with us. So we want to continue hearing from you. Um, I will send an email afterwards to talk about how you can do that, but I'll let you know now. You can visit our website at antillescredituniontT.com. You can email us. I will send all of the information out after the sessions. And you can also follow our social media pages. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So you can tell your parents as well to keep in connection with us. They have many ways that they can contact us. So yes, again, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for participating in the sessions. I know that the truck outside is a bit loud, but that's all right. Those are things that happen. Those are the what ifs in life when you have these virtual things. So again, I want to thank you so much for participating and for engaging with us over this time. I see we have one question, Amisha.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to know what time all of us open and close.
Sure. So we are open from Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The cashier closes
Okay,
at,
sir. Thank you.
you're welcome. The cashier closes at 3 p.m. But if you have a payment to make and you can't make it before 3 p.m., you can make the payment afterwards. It will just be taken as a late cash payment, meaning that we will take the payment. It's your temporary receipt, and then we'll put it on your account on the next available working day. Right. So again, thank you so much for engaging with us. I am really happy that you all would have registered, you all would have showed interest, and you all kept coming back. It's really great when we have these sessions because it's generally one of the things I love about my job. Not just doing these sessions, but getting to talk with you and connect with you and understand you as young people. Because I know I might look young, I may look young, but it's very interesting to me to see how you all think about the world in general, but especially when it comes to your financial realities and financial futures. And it helps me understand how to tailor programs and how to set those programs and sessions for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And as we end today is tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day in October, which is the last day of Credit Union Month. So I want to again wish you all a happy, happy, happy Credit Union Month and continue to engage with Antilles. Again, I would send all of the information into how you can connect with us on our various platforms. But again, thank you so much for your participation over the last couple of days, couple of weekends, sorry. So continue to stay safe, continue to do well in school. I know again it's difficult, but I want to encourage you to continue working towards being a better individual, whether it's financially or not. I really want you to equip yourselves with the tools to be able to be good, sound, responsible adults in the future. Right? So that being said, stay safe, enjoy the rest of your day.
Same to
Bye.
you.
Bye, sir. Stay safe and make sure you wash your hands, stay 6 feet apart, and sanitize and wear masks and yeah.
all of the health protocols. Yes, I will continue to do that, and I will encourage you and your parents to do the same thing. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.